Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you're at. Drew with Auditing Reno 911. I'm back at the Washoe County Courthouse following up on security guard Tom and his conviction. I've been trying to get the documentation from the courthouse for a week and a half now, roughly, or more. Go back and look at my other videos. Anyways, I keep following up, keep coming back, still trying to get the documentation to see what happened with security guard Tom, so that I can take my next step in holding him accountable, along with Allied Universal and everybody else. So that's what we're here back again. We're going to go upstairs to the district attorney's office, ask for Gary. I was here yesterday, didn't film that one, but talked to the district attorney's office, and they said they'd have somebody get in touch with me with the documentation that I can't get. So that's what we're up to. Thanks for following along. If you're new, hit the like, subscribe, do all that happy good stuff. And let's get inside again. Hi again. Good. If I could just get my records, I'd be really happy. Then I'd stop coming in every day.
Yeah, I know what I did forget? I forgot to put some beets on the side. But I got garbanzo beans today.
Very good.
Thank you. I have Oh no, not me. You want some vitamin C? I have some in the bag.
I just have some with some pills.
What's the difference between the blue shirts and the white shirts?
The white shirt is armed.
Armed is white shirt. Like security guard Tom used to be armed.
Yep.
Did you hear about him? You didn't hear about Tom? Tom used to work at the DMV. And that's why I'm here, is Tom worked at the DMV. And Tom came up to me and grabbed my camera and tried to rip it out of my hands. And laid hands on me because I was filming. So I've had interesting experiences with Allied Universal. But I keep coming through here because I'm trying to get the public records. And I can't go in there with a camera. So I got to give up a right to go get the records, but I refuse to give up my rights. So have a good one, man. Appreciate the answers. Okay. So here we go, people. I think we're on the 4th floor. Yep, 4th floor. So you have Gary Murrow, I think that's a short little blackout. Hi again.
Hello.
I was here yesterday, and you gave me the phone number for the attorney's assistant.
Uh-huh.
and I haven't gotten a call back or any response from them. And I remembered the name of the investigator that I was talking to, 10 days ago maybe. And his name is Gary Murrow. Is he available?
I can check. What was your name again?
My name is Drew, D-R-E-W.
Drew? Okay.
Yep. And you need a last name to pull up that case again?
Sure.
Ribar, R-I-B-A-R.
Okay, let me give him a call.
All that I simply want are all the records on my case.
Okay.
And what happened to how the case proceeded with the filings and all of that stuff. And I can't get that, so
Okay, let me just see if he's
I think
available.
it's pretty simple what I'm looking for.
Gary, it's Erica. Hello, somebody here is Drew Rebar. He was wondering if you're available to talk to him. He wants some records of his case. Yeah, are you available? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. He'll be right with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So now the boring time, waiting. I think that's the biggest thing of doing this is all the waiting. Just takes a lot of time. Get to look at the skyline of the city of Reno though. So might as well enjoy it while we're waiting. Got a fraud check counter, police intake front desk, discovery. But all these desks are mostly empty. They got somebody in family support though. Family support's the money-making machine. Collect the money from the support from the parents, and then the federal government reimburses them, 60% of the money or something crazy like that. So for every dollar they collect in child support, the federal government gives local governments in the states 60% kickback in taxes.
Sir, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, Mr. Rebar?
Yes, what's your name?
Gary.
Gary? Are
Gary
you
Murrow, M-U-R-O?
are you the one I talked to the other day? You don't look familiar.
No, I'm the one who, I think I called
You called me, yeah. Okay, it was
Yeah.
the other guy that I talked to then.
Mick Vickers.
Mick Vickers, and then there was a black guy too.
JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I simply want all the documents in the case against the perpetrator where I
Okay.
was the victim.
Yes.
And I can't access those because I refuse to relinquish my freedom of press speech rights
Okay.
to enter the justice court clerk's office.
Okay.
They've refused to make a reasonable accommodation to have the clerk come out and take my information request.
Okay.
So I can't even do that. So how can I get the information that I believe under Marcy's law? Aren't I entitled to that? That's Article 1, Section 8A of the Nevada Constitution, besides being a law. So how do I exercise both of my constitutional rights?
Is that case open? Right?
No, it's been closed.
It's
Yeah,
been closed.
September 20, I believe it was, I go check September 13th or 23rd, I forget. The guy that basically came up and grabbed my camera
Okay.
and tried to forcibly part me from my property
I got you.
and push me. So that's, again, why I record,
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
but I can't get the documentation for the process.
So,
And that's simply all that I'm looking for as a victim.
was it a RPD case?
Capitol Police.
That might be.
But the court clerk should have all of the motions, the pleadings, what the court did, all of those things, and that'll tell me everything there.
So I can just tell you, I think it would be different if the case was open because you'd be assigned like a victim advocate. Normally, if it was a
Right, but
if it
they
was
were
like
supposed to let me know what's going on throughout the process too, and
if the case is closed, that kind of it changes things.
yeah, but I didn't get anything through, I didn't really see anything through the process either.
Do
I
you
thought
know
there
if was it a misdemeanor or a felony? Do you know that?
I'm guessing it was a misdemeanor, but that's a guess, so don't take me at that.
I guess as if the case is closed. I was going to say, because normally when we have someone come in and they request a closed case, they would go to the agency that responded. So normally, right, in this case, it would be like RPD. You could go to RPD, do a records request. The case is closed. They give you all the stuff.
Right. Well, I want the court, they won't have the court records though, and that's what I want.
The court records, and well, I mean, again, that's we are not the keepers of the court records.
Right.
The court is. So
Right.
if you're telling me like I don't
But-
want to go to the court to get the court.
Well, no, I
records,
do want to go to the court,
Okay.
but they'll arrest me if I go in there with a camera.
you know,
So again, I look at, I don't know what, are you an attorney or just an investigator?
I'm an investigator, sworn investigator. Sir,
Okay,
yes.
so I don't know how familiar you are with the Nevada Constitution,
Yes.
but what I look at is Article 1, Section 9. And if you read that, there shall be no law made to abridge the freedom of speech or the press.
Yes. We don't have jurisdiction.
I understand you don't have
for
it.
Reno.
So can somebody walk into the court clerk's office and request those documents for me so I can maintain my rights and get the documents I need? How do I get the documents if they won't let me in there?
Well, again, if you're telling me they won't let you film, I can't control them.
Right,
Obviously, you can film here. There's no issue with it.
right.
Now, if they're saying, hey, we're not going to let you film, and you don't want to go in there without a camera, then I don't.
Right,
I don't know,
what's-
I don't know what to tell you, sir.
So I mean, the government's made a law or a court order, same force of law, that says I can't go in that room.
And that's not a decision that
I understand. I'm just telling you
But
what-
that's
what-
the thing. If you want the records,
Right, I'm just telling
can-
you what the difference is in their policy, their court order
Yeah.
that's reached outside of a judge's courtroom that never had any authority over me, that I've never had any interaction with, and now he's affected my rights to get my information regarding my assailant.
100%.
So
I mean, you and I can
So-
agree. on
so how do I get my rights other than taking legal action and waiting years to get this information that I need?
Well, I guess I don't know, sir, right? Because, we're not the justice.
No,
court,
I
right?
understand.
And I understand you know that, but, I can't tell you like, hey, this is what you should do, or
Right.
this is what you shouldn't do. If you're saying, well, I could go in there and get the records, but I'm not gonna go in there without a camera, and they tell you, well, can't have a camera, well, then I guess you balance those things yourself, right?
Well, you balance those things, and you ultimately have to. What my goal here is to mitigate before I litigate.
100%.
So I mean, I'd rather mitigate it up a tree, down a tree, and that way, if I do have to go the other direction, nobody can ever say I didn't try to solve the problem.
I totally agree.
So the judge can't look down at me and go, Mr. Rebar, you're just being an asshole and suing people to sue people. No, sir, I'm just trying to solve a problem.
100%.
So that's why I keep following up.
I totally agree, and that's why I called you. But if you're looking for records for a place that we don't have jurisdiction.
Can you guys give me any of the records that you've got, like what his full name was and contact information, so I can initiate my lawsuit? That's what I'm looking for, is what was my assailant's full name? Can you give me his address?
Can you give me your number again? I can't give you his, like, if I have his home address by accessing law enforcement stuff, I can't.
Well,
give
no,
you that, right?
this is just what would be in public records in the court,
Well, I mean,
or what you guys have in your public records. I'm not asking for any private records, just public records. Names and addresses are public records. You can go down to the county clerk's office, they let you film in there, and I can go pull up your address if you own property in the county and find out where you are, and you can go find out me, and that's all public accessible records, so I don't see why an
but you don't
address
have
would be.
you don't have his name, or?
No, I don't have his full name.
Can I get a number for you, Mr.
It's
Reed?
775-223-7899.
If you want to hang out, you can. Let me go ask our people if they're in.
Yeah.
And see if I can answer.
Yeah.
I can at least provide you something, so I'm not
And-
just
and-
telling
and-
you, kicking the can down the road.
And I mean, simply, like I said, if, I'm not claiming any disability right now, but if you look at the Americans with Disabilities Act as an example, all that I'm asking is for a simple accommodation to uphold my constitutional rights, and they can uphold their court order.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just asking for an accommodation under the Constitution. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yeah. Then you just want to hang out?
I'll walk around for a minute.
Okay.
Do you know about how long you might be?
5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Okay.
I don't want to keep you long.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't think I'm being unreasonable. I don't know if you can read that at all. Bighorn sheep was legally harvested in Nevada by a non-resident hunter in 1991. This mount was seized by the Division of Wildlife, and the hunter was successfully prosecuted by the Washoe County District Attorney's Office in 1996. On loan from the Department of Wildlife to DA's office. Simply need, even if I could get the guy's name, I could probably track him down just with a name.
So what will happen is once he's arrested, then the sheriff's office and the police department will arrest.
Okay, we'll settle in for a few minutes to wait for this guy. My next thought is to go down to the justice courts and ask for the administrator instead of their deputies, and talk directly to the administrator and ask them to make an accommodation.
No, I don't see it. If he hasn't been arrested, it's not. That would be something you would have to follow up with the agency that you would go forward to. If you made it to the Freedom Police Department, you want to call that. Or if it was Sparks, you'll call Sparks. If you live outside of the Sparks, then you call the sheriff.
Yep, dealing with the government's just round and round and round and round. Everybody's part of a different department. Somebody can't help you, somebody don't want to help you, a few do want to help you. Those are pretty rare. But I simply want the information so I can see what happened in the case, so that I can get together with my attorney and give him all the information, so it's simple to write a lawsuit on this and keep proceeding with the issues. But unfortunately, it seems like it's impossible for me to maintain my right to go film and get the documentation versus, yeah, so how do you deal with that? Now, I could probably send out some certified letters and do it that way, but should I have to? Ultimately, I'll get it done one way or the other, but shouldn't you just be able to walk in carrying a simple piece of, heck, cell phone's just a piece of plastic. Shouldn't you be able to walk in carrying a piece of plastic filled with some metal that doesn't do anything overtly to anybody other than just exist, and they don't want you in there simply because you've got the device, because they don't want people to see what's in there. Kind of a messed up world, I think. So posted the another video last night. It's out there. It's my arrest back in August 30th of 2022 at the Northern Nevada Correctional Facility, where I was walking down the road and walking in a public parking lot, but got the deputy's video camera, and that way you can see what happened, what they talked about, how they tried to formulate their case, come up with enough reasons to arrest me and trespass me and do all the things that they did. It also shows where Deputy Bueno locked me in the back of his patrol vehicle, closed all the windows, closed the doors, didn't have any vents open, no air conditioning on a 95-degree day. Now I was watching that video, I forgot how hot I just was. That was just incredible. I remember sitting in the back of the patrol car, my eyes just stinging and blinking, and you can't wipe your eyes because obviously your hands are cuffed behind your back. And the heat was just intense. Yeah, if you haven't seen that video yet, go take a look at it. It was an interesting thing reliving that as I put that together the other night. And that pursuit continues also. Trying to get accountability. And the other thing that's happening in Nevada, in this building actually, there's a case. And it's called Laura versus State of Nevada. Department of Public Safety or Nevada Highway Patrol, I believe. And what that case is, if all of you saw the Nevada Highway Patrol a couple of years ago pull over a guy on Interstate 80, and they seized $87,000 of his money. And this guy is a Marine. He was traveling from Lubbock, Texas to Portola, California to go see his kids with his life savings in the vehicle. And the Nevada Highway Patrol pulled him over because they said he was following too closely to a semi-truck as he was going around it. Take a look at it, it's pretty bad in my opinion. And then they, guy's straight up a Marine, he's honest, straightforward, forthright, answers their questions, believes, obviously he's taken an oath to the Constitution, and he thinks that his, just dealing the right way with the police is going to help him out. Just real earnest individual is impressive. Take a look at that if you haven't seen him yet. But he's filed a case here in Nevada, which is unique because Nevada, up until a year ago or so, you couldn't sue state actors individually, and they made it very, very difficult to sue the state. And that's subsequently changed, and so he's got a civil case here in this building. Again, it's Laura, L-A-R-A, versus State of Nevada. So yeah, go take a look at his video of what happened. The Institute for Justice has been helping him out, so hopefully he gets a good resolution. But I was here yesterday for that. Should have probably done a little live feed for that. I don't know how interesting that would have been, standing at the window, and there wasn't really anything to be said. I was just getting the paperwork. And then obviously I came up here yesterday to talk to these people over here, and they put me on the phone with the district attorney's office, and I talked to the attorney's secretary or assistant, whatever you want to call her. They said they'd get back in touch with me, and it's been over 24 hours and I hadn't heard back from them, so that's why I came here again to get the records on what happened with Mr. Tom, the Allied Universal Security Guard. As far as making progress and suing him, I did go down to the Nevada Public Investigators Licensing Bureau, I think that's what they call it, and I got the legal name for Allied Universal. So I've got that information to move ahead, and I just need Tom's information, and the rest is pretty easy. Give that all to the attorney, and should be pretty good to go. And I'm getting bored sitting here talking. Just waiting. Let me see what else is going on. So we got that one. We got the case on Deputy Bueno, talked about that. The case on security guard Tom. Also the other day regarding Library Director Jeff Scott for Washoe County. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you may have seen the video where I was assaulted and trespassed from the library for filming by Washoe County Library Director Jeff Scott. I've been following up with that. The county stopped their investigation on their county employee, and so I went into the sheriff's office the other day. Again, more videos. If you've been following me, you may have seen them, and was told that they'd look into it, talk to a sergeant. He was very professional, very nice. He did call me back the very next morning and told me that his captain had reauthorized opening the case, and that his captain was going to have the case sent over to the city of Sparks to have them investigate the employee of the county, and that way an outside agency was looking at it. So Don't know how good that's going to be for sure, but it's better than what it was before I went back in, and they said that they'd reopened it because it was closed and dead and they'd done nothing. You know, and that's part of why I'm looking at this deal with security guard Tom, following up with him, is he's paid some consequences. Shouldn't a public employee be held to the same standard that Tom's been held to? Library director Jeff Scott did the exact same thing. Talking to my camera. What do we find out?
So, I think you can go online or call Reno Justice Court, so you physically wouldn't have to go in there. WashoueCounty.us, you can go search all cases, and you should be able to find it. Now, they just switched over their Odyssey system, so there could be issues with old closed cases moving over. That or going to the agency, Department of Public Safety. They do have an online that you should be able to go to if you don't want to walk in physically. And you can call, go online to their website, or go in person. But if they're Capitol Police, you know, as a part of the Department of Public Safety, they should be the keeper of those records too.
Okay.
They use a different system than we use.
Right.
Spillman. So it's like basically all state agencies use something different than all of I think the local.
Right. No.
agencies.
Nobody can be on the same page.
Yeah.
Why
Exactly.
do we want that for our government?
So that's what I found out for you, sir.
Okay. So,
You have my number.
yeah,
If
I've
you
got
wanna-
your card.
If you wanna call me anytime.
Yeah, I just simply I just want the document so I can go find
Totally get it.
and have the person that assailed me and have him served
And I'm
and,
trying, and
we
if
can
you're
move
worried
that
about going
process
in
forward.
on person, I mean, most things can do.
No, I prefer being in person. I prefer interacting with the government because part of what I'm trying to accomplish by filming is I'm trying to make changes in government
I got
so
you.
that government is more accountable and friendly to the people.
100%.
Because what I've seen, especially since the pandemic, is government's become less friendly to the people.
Well, hopefully you didn't feel that way on this.
No, I'm feeling good with our interaction.
Okay.
And if you go watch my videos, you'll see the people comment on it. I let them decide.
Yeah.
It ain't me. It's everybody watching this stuff, and that's the purpose of doing it. Is if there's a big enough voice, then government may listen to us.
Yeah.
And I don't think that government in general does listen.
I got you. I understand.
That's my, my personal feelings.
I got you.
And we all know
is
what feelings
is
are
there
like.
anything else that I can?
That's it. So I guess the only way to do it is to not interact with government, but to send them a letter and try to get them to give me the documents that way.
You know, I'm just trying to help you out.
I
So get
appreciate
you,
I appreciate that and your demeanor,
I
man.
appreciate you, sir. Okay,
Thank
you have a good day.
You too. So there's the answer for that one, I guess. The only way to do it is to send a letter or do something like that. You can't do anything in person if you're gonna record them doing it. But he had a good affable personality, so that's a positive thing, I guess. Although I didn't achieve what I needed. Okay, another elevator ride. Probably lose signal for just a second again, because that seems to be what happens in here.
Thanks, you too.
Okay. I think that's what I'm gonna do for today here. Get their time. Okay, thanks for watching today. I appreciate your time, appreciate your interest in my little story here. And make some comments, ding the dinger, subscribe, like it, all that other happy stuff to hopefully get my story out a little further. And if you want to make some change, go ahead and contact the local government. Contact the people that I was just talking to, let them know what you think. Reach out and engage with the government so we can make some change in this country and bring the government back to the people and for the people as opposed to against the people. I think that's the biggest problem that I see. Anyways, I will see you all again when I see you.